Okay, hello guys, welcome to my today's video. Today I present you a tier 9 premium Japanese battleship Musashi, and it is game I played with my two clanmates Raeghar and Jeff on the map Hotspot. So we spawned basically on me and Jeff spawned near the Delta Cap, so we decided, okay, we're gonna sail towards Delta Cap, and we will try to capture that one, and then we will see how the game will involve what we will do next, right? And the Musashi, with his really big guns, you have no troubles to overmatch like 32 millimeters of armor, so it's like really amazing. But the dispersion on the Musashi can be a little bit trollish, I would say, if I compare it to Yamato, which has the same guns but a little bit more accurate, and you will see these guns trolling me a little bit later on in this game. So in the beginning of the game, basically nothing is happening, and I must say also one thing: the Musashi was my first tier 9 premium ship, which I purchased with a call. So yeah, and I spent a lot of time playing it, but that was before that was before the Wargaming introduced Jean Bart, and then basically most favorite and mostly played battleship or tier 9 battleship for me became a Jean Bart, and somehow I put aside the Musashi, even though it's a really nice ship and you can deal a lot of damage with no problem. Also, it's not. Remember, guys, Musashi isn't a brawling ship. Usually, it's a long-range sniper, and immediately in the beginning, so you don't want to get close. And immediately in the beginning of the game, we noticed that the majority of the enemy team decided to go to A, right? So we knew that there's not many ships here. And when we spotted the Siegfried, Brindisi, and the Pomar, I immediately realized, okay, so they are pushing to the 910 line. So let's go there, right? Let's help our Neptune, our Pomar, and our Azuma to push them back, to kill them. Our Friedrich de Grosse actually has even their broadside. First salvo I shot on at Brindisi, but Brindisi is the Italian cruisers are really fast ships, and I just barely hit him to his stern. But the next salvo I aimed at the Pomar, and we wanted to deal as much damage as possible to Pomar. For some reason, the Neptune left the smoke, and I believe it was because the Siegfried Hydro, the Siegfried moved so fast forward that he actually was that the Neptune was in Siegfried Hydro range. Therefore, he had to leave, and of course that meant giving full broadside to Siegfried, Pomar, and Brindisi, and our Neptune was deleted. Now I cannot shoot the Siegfried, so I decided to get rid quickly of Pomar, because I believe that my teammates will be able to to destroy the secret quickly. And yeah, I'm here. The next salvo I will focus on the bomber. I was not trying to citadel him. I was just trying to get like 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 salvo on his upper belt, where I can get like full, where I can get like full penetration. The next salvo I decided we should probably get rid of the green DC, but the green DC was really lucky. I was not aiming properly at the green DC and he dodged my shells. And I was hoping that the Friedrich the Grosse, which was pushing in the G8 sector and was basically like 8 kilometers or 10 kilometers away from him, to finish him quickly. But the dead Brindisi survived for quite a long time and the Friedrich was not able to finish him. I sent several salvos to at the Brindisi, but I was missing, and if I hit just one, for example, one shell, and usually it was like overbanned, so I dealt like 1,000 damage. So the Brindisi will go down eventually, right? Yeah, here is I believe that I shot it properly, but no, I am too low. And still the Brindisi is like surviving with the really low hit points. So I'm trying to hit him, aim, but I don't want to spend much more time with the Brindisi because our other side lost quite heavily and we need to start going to mid, right? So I was hoping that the Friedrich the Grosse will just finish up the Brindisi. I will probably send one more salvo towards him, but here again I aimed incorrectly, so I won't even hit him. And now I'm pushing to the delta cap. Yeah, he stopped. He actually stopped, so he juked my shells. But I believe still the shells were quite short. They didn't have the range, so because I didn't aim it properly. And now I'm pushing into the delta cap, and I was thinking if I should go up towards the Bravo or if I should stay in the delta cap, because we have Friedrich the Grosse at the bottom of the map, right, at H line. So I wanted to create a crossfire. So I was thinking, okay, maybe I will, if I stay in mid, the Friedrich will go. The Friedrich will be at the bottom of the map, and the Pommern, which is behind me, will start pushing up. But the Pommern decided to move down too. So when I saw that and when I realized that, I started turning into mid and to have the middle section of the map. You saw that with my previous salvo I was able to hit the Pommern quite nicely and score a citadel on him. But I believe now that the Jutland and our Friedrich the Grosse should be able to get rid of that Pommern quickly, because yeah, he had like 4,000 hit points. Now I'm still sailing right now to the bottom, but I see that the Pommern is, yeah, you saw that? I just checked the Pommern what he's doing, because I realized on the minimap, okay, he's going down. I don't want all our ships to be down there to the south. That would be bad. That would be bad. Therefore I decided to start turning here to right, and I'm trying to hit the Riga. The Riga was really lucky. I am too high, just a few millimeters too high, otherwise those would be citadel hits and she would go down. But she survived, and I was hoping that she will be pushing further, so I pre-aimed my shots to point where I thought that she will be, but she stopped. She did the smart thing. She stopped behind the island, therefore she was covered from the south, and also she was in cover from my shells. because the island was preventing me to hit her. But now she's again pushing in, so I'm trying to hit her. And I must say, I didn't play for quite a long time the Musashi, and some of my salvos are off the target, and I must admit that. But it doesn't matter, because in the end you will still see that even though some of the salvos are off the target, you can do a lot of damage. Here, I'm finally pushing here, and I want to stay here because I don't want to push any further. There are two battleships, Alaska and Riga, which I'm pushing into, so I don't want to push into 4 ships. Here I was hoping that I can overmatch the Riga's armor, but the shells didn't hit the nose properly. Again, my aim was off, and I received only 2 ricochets. So if I aimed for example for the superstructure, I would kill her most likely. But because I aimed for the nose and I tried to overmatch the nose, and I didn't hit the proper place, I got only ricochets. Yeah, here I just decided to turn right, and now there was one of those moments. Yuguma spot detected, right? And I knew that he sent torpedoes. There's no way he didn't send torpedoes, right? Luckily, my clanmate Jeff in Azuma was able to one-shot the Yuguma. And I am turning into the torpedoes. I will eat like 2 torpedoes, or no, only 1. But luckily I have repairs, I have heal, I have quite a lot of heals remained, so it was still in this moment. It was really nice. And now I'm trying to finish the Alaska, because both my clanmates were fighting the Alaska, and the Alaska was sailing nose in towards me, and she has only half of the hit points, right? So I was thinking like, okay, let's get first rid of the Alaska, and I can overmatch her nose, right? So you can see I'm aiming for the nose, and here you can see a lot of what can be sometimes disappointing with the Musashi. That the first salvo was quite nice. 2 overpans, 1 pan. It's alright. It's no. We are aiming at nose in ship, right? And I'm thinking, should I go after the battleship, or should we finish the Alaska? And I was like, okay, we can finish quickly the Alaska, right? And here I'm again. You saw the salvo, 6 shells, only 1 hit, and the Alaska is like 9 kilometers away. And I was getting frustrated by that, because the next salvo I will again shoot the Alaska, because we really want to kill the Alaska, right? So I'm again aiming for the front turrets, so the shells can hit. From all the 6 shells, only 1 hit, and it was ricochet. And I'm starting to think like, okay, screw that Alaska, because I'm not deleting him. My guns are not performing like they should, and I was hoping like here that I could delete the Iowa, but only 1 shell hit the Citadel, even though the Iowa was having full broadside, and I was like, come on, that can't be serious, right? So for me, in this situation, it would be better if I would shot the Iowa or the Izumo, which was giving me full broadside much earlier. Like now, this salvo, what is this, right? 7.9 kilometers. The Alaska is pushing towards me, and that was a huge mistake. We didn't kill her, because you will see what happens next, right? The Alaska was able to put down the fires she had, and and heal up, right? The Iowa is pushing, she was giving me broadside. Again, I didn't receive any citadels from this, and it's like 2 kilometers away. Iowa was like, seriously, no citadels, and I was aiming for under the first turret, right? But now the next salvo should kill her. Finally, we received the citadels. We needed earlier, and now I was like, okay, the Izumo, I cannot give broadside to Izumo. Luckily, the Izumo was not boxing me, so I started turning in. Just turning in and to give a nose in to the Izumo, right? And I'm trying to hit the Izumo as fast as possible. I will start moving forward. Luckily, the Izumo is giving me full broadside still, so I have no issues to hit the Izumo, but I'm also giving my weak point to Izumo, so I don't want to do that. So I'm moving forward and turning to the right, so I'm properly angling against the Izumo, right? The Izumo again is turning to the left, giving me full broadside, so I'm shooting the Izumo. And there is another citadel, and this is high caliber. I already had the Confederate. Now with the last salvo, I also received the high caliber. Also, the Izumo, you can notice it's full secondary build, which is quite annoying because he was setting me on fire constantly. That's the second double fire I received from the Izumo, right? The first double fire I put down with my damage clone, and this is the second one. And soon you will see, okay, we have only the rune, which is Raeghar, remaining. It's my clanmate, right? At 10 line. Then we have the Jutland, because somehow Friedrich the Grosse and the Pommern died to their Pommern, which were actually at low hit points. So I was hoping that Jutland would be quite aggressive against the Pommern, but he somehow sailed to I line. I don't know what. And here, okay, Alaska is radaring me, and I was hoping that the Alaska was sailing towards the middle of the map and going into D, but he actually sit behind this island all the time. So now, yeah, I was not expecting him to be there, and he was basically, when he get behind the island, he was sitting there all the time. So we didn't have the vision of the Alaska, and I was giving him my weak spot, right? So the Alaska, the mistake by, or the bad dispersion on the guns, on the Musashi guns, caused me to not killing the Alaska, and we paid heavily for this mistake, because the Alaska was able to kill me because I was not angling properly, and it was not possible because Musashi is not turning that quickly to aim properly. But I wanted to stay next to this island here and shoot the Pommern, because the Pommern was all the time spotted by the Jutland, and I knew I could kill the Pommern without problems with like 2 or 3 salvos, or make him low enough for our Jutland to finish him. And unfortunately, that because the Alaska stayed there and didn't move, I died, and here the Raeghar will also die against the Alaska. Alaska can absolutely break any cruisers, and the Raeghar also didn't have enough hit points, so we will die with the next salvo, and this will be basically the GG's. We did 228,000 damage. We had 2 kills. We achieved the Confederate and high caliber, and that's it. So guys, I do not have unfortunately the screens, the result screens, so I cannot show you that. But let me at least show you my build on Musashi, right? So the equipment, let's start with the equipment. So, in upgrades, first slot, main armament modification 1. Second one, damage control system. Third one, aiming system modification 1. On the fourth slot, damage control system modification 2. Fifth is concealment. And sixth is the main battery modification 3 for faster reload, right? You want to basically build Musashi as tanky as possible, therefore we chose the damage cons, right? Because the propulsion, steering gear, those are not that important, and especially with the Musashi Yamato really long range sniper with decent accuracy, so you don't need to be scared, or you don't need to be scared about destroyers as much, because you should keep your distance from them, right? Anyway, for the captain talents or skills or perks or whatever you want to call it, first one, priority target. The second one, expert marksman. The third one, skill I picked is superintendent. Done. I went concealment. My next skill, well, I had 2 points, so I went for adrenaline rush. But usually I go as 14 point captain. I go usually fire prevention, and I will do that when my captain is 16 point captain. Then I will go for fire prevention, and my last skill I will take will be basics of survivability. So we has less chance to catch fire, and we can catch only like 3 fires instead of 4. And the next one is to even decrease the time of the fires by 15%. So you want the tanky build. The second, the Musashi, the secondaries has a decent range, 7.3 kilometers. So you can actually build secondaries. I saw secondary Musashis and Yamatos, but I personally don't suggest that, because Musashi isn't really, or Yamato isn't really brawling battleship. It's a really long range sniper, which can punish heavily the enemy ships, which gives you broadside. So yeah, that's it. So guys, thank you for watching my video. Like it if you like it. If you don't, subscribe, and see you later, guys. Bye.